Okay, so in our last video, we had a polynomial function, and we were to figure out how many possible positive real zeros and negative real zeros there would be. And if you remember, for possible positive real zeros, we said there's either 2 or 0. And for possible negative real zeros, we said there were either 2 or 0. Okay, and we did the sign change. We applied Descartes' rule of signs to get those numbers. But I thought it would be helpful for you to see how this works out in a chart format, what we're talking about here. So let's say you have 2 real zeros. Okay, now I can only have 4 zeros at the most, right? Because it's 4th degree. So n is 4. The total has to be 4 zeros. Okay? And this all includes multiplicity. So let's say you have 2 positive, and let's say you have 2 negative. Then you'd have 2 positive real zeros, 2 negative real zeros. You wouldn't have any imaginary zeros or any not real. They call them complex in the book, but I don't like that because they're all complex numbers. So we'll say not real zeros. And that gives you a total of 4. You couldn't have any not real zeros because then you have more than 4 zeros and that wouldn't work. Okay, let's say you have 2 positive real zeros, but you don't have any negative real zeros. Then you'd have 2 not real zeros. And you have to have those not real zeros, or complex zeros, in pairs because you have to have the conjugates, right? So you have to have 2 of them. That would give you a total of 4 zeros. All right, those are the possibilities if you have 2 positive real zeros. What if you don't have any positive real zeros? Well, then maybe you have 2 negative real zeros. That means you'd have 2 not real zeros for a total of 4. And then let's say you don't have any positive real zeros and you don't have any negative real zeros, then you'd have to have 4 not real zeros for a total number of 4. Okay? So that's just how it works when we're talking about real zeros and not real zeros, or complex zeros or imaginary zeros, I'm not sure what you want to call them. They still have to add up to a total of 4. And everything has to go in terms of pairs. Okay.